Around this time every single year, the consumerism craze sets in. Just a few days ago, I was watching the news and saw that it was newsworthy that Oprah's list of favorite things had been released. You start seeing these ads constantly of Black Friday sales and all of the things that you need to snag and purchase for the people that you love in order to show them that you love them. I've always found it kind of ironic that most of the country goes from the celebration of Thanksgiving, where we focus on community, family, and our loved ones, straight into a holiday where we focus on mass consumerism in preparation for Christmas. Christmas is one of the most beloved times of year for a lot of people, whether you are a practicing Christian or not. For a lot of people, the holidays in themselves symbolize time off from work and school, time to slow down and enjoy moments with the people that we love most. It is a time for the gathering of family, for the gathering of friends, and for reflection on the year that we've just travailed. But it's also a time of hope as we look toward the year to come. For others, the holidays mark a time of faith and of worship, a time of prayer and goodwill. And yes, gifts are generally involved. However, Christmas and all of the holidays really have been made synonymous with mindless consumerism. I am afraid that because of corporate greed and because of our culture of heavily advertising around the holidays, that we've come collectively to view gift giving and consumerism as the main point of the holidays, as the main event. Here in the US, total Christmas spending was recorded to be $1.05 trillion in the year 2021. It's also been found that over 60% of the average American's holiday budget is dedicated to gifts and presents. A lot of times, the stuff that we're buying is ending up in landfills and return queues. Not to mention, it's fueling the climate crisis and global warming. We are depleting our natural resources at breakneck speed and in a way that just isn't practical or sustainable. And the craziest thing about all of this is that statistics show that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. This year's Christmas spending should not become a debt that you have to stress over later. So, how do we change this? How can we make the most of the holidays while being mindful of our resources, both environmentally as well as financially? I know you guys are probably wondering what this footage has to do with what I'm talking about because I'm showing bicycle footage while I am basically trying to de influence you from consumerism revolving around the holidays. Well, hello, I am Tiff. I am 36 years old. I made this channel to focus on car free living and frugal living and sustainability. And as you can probably see, I enjoy my bicycle rides. And the other day, while my wife and I were out cycling, we ran across this building. Actually, we've passed this building several times in the past, which was once a thriving business and is now just sitting and decaying. What once was a thriving business has now fallen victim to the passage of time. And I guess this really just made me think about what the biggest asset, the biggest commodity of all really is, and it's time. Some of the best moments in my life had very little to do with material possessions or gifts at all. I bet if you were to sit and think about the best times in your life, you would also see that it didn't revolve around gifts for the holidays. or gifts that you received. It might have been the smile on your grandmother's face. It might have been your uncle cracking a hilarious joke. Or it could have just been spending time with the people that you love most, a newborn family member. Maybe it was someone that you loved's last holiday with you.
I'll pass. No, thank
Those are
you.
the things that you
I don't
remember.
want to wear
You
that hat
remember
today.
the time. I think that it's time that we approach gift giving differently and consumerism differently surrounding the holidays. You, with your family, could decide on a no gift policy, or you could do homemade gifts instead. I've always felt like homemade gifts are especially special just because, the idea that someone spent time and effort to personally make something for you, it just makes you feel so loved and cherished. And you usually tend to treasure those things. You could also turn your focus more towards consumable gifts, whether that be baking cakes, baking cookies, or purchasing a tin of those things. And even personal hygiene products, if you know that your loved one favors a certain scent, that could be your gift. Another thing that we can do differently when it comes to gift giving is to gift experiences. So perhaps you don't buy a physical item, such as, a sweater or plastic toys or anything like that, but perhaps you buy tickets to a show or an experience, such as a massage. People generally tend to really appreciate those types of gestures, especially when it's something that you know that they have been wanting to do for themselves. Something else you could do would be to gift your time and your services. Maybe you are an artist and you gift a portrait to someone. Maybe you are a beautician and you gift haircut services. There are so many different things and ways that we can approach this in that would make for a really remarkable gift that doesn't focus on consumerism at all. And more on the whole no gift policy. We have to remember that we have the ability at any time in any place to start new traditions for ourselves and for our families. Maybe instead of going the gift giving route, we can do something completely different. We can start a new tradition. Maybe we do a nature walk. Maybe we go for a picnic. Maybe we do a book exchange where we gift our favorite books that we've already loved and used and trade them for another's favorite book. That would be beautiful. Or maybe, just maybe, we go for a bicycle ride. Another idea for gift giving that I personally love is the idea of gifting to charities or causes that your loved one believes in. You can make a donation in their name, and that is so meaningful and so beautiful of a gift. I personally contribute money every single month to Doctors Without Borders. They are a cause that I deeply believe in, and it is meaningful to
A
me.
stalk of grass and
My
like.
family and I were discussing the holiday last week, and my family tends to love gift giving. And I was pretty adamant that, there's nothing I need. There's nothing that I really want. So, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need anything.
Ready?
My wife, though, felt
My
like,
necklace is crooked.
you know, I would feel better if I presented
It's
you
not
with
even that bad.
something. And so we ended up striking a very happy medium. For the holidays this year, she is making a
This is sweet.
donation in my name to Doctors Without Borders. My sons are as well. And that to me is
Huh?
the most beautiful thing. It truly makes me happy that
Hey.
their gifts to me will be such
Hey.
beautiful gifts to
Hey.
others. It really is past time that we put the heart back into the holidays. It is time that we really nurture a culture of family and community and friends and turn away from consumerism. And it is time that we approach gift giving differently. It's time to remember that the biggest and best gift that you could ever give someone is your time and your attention. So start new traditions, start new cultural norms. This holiday season, when you are with your loved ones and your friends, turn your phone off or put it on Do Not Disturb. Be fully present for each moment and each conversation. And remember that the holidays are not always merry for everyone. As much as the holidays are a cause of joy for some, they may be dark and depressing times for others. Remember to always check on the people in your life. This may look like calling on your neighbor with a plate of food or inviting a lonely coworker to join in on your gathering. Bringing a genuine smile to another's face is a gift in and of itself. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much. And as always, you know that you can find me somewhere in Tennessee. Bye.